I just thought of recording a video about my advocacy efforts for Mufeed's project Devika. So Mufeed wrote a project like once Devin was released, he said like, hey, instead of Devin, why not let it be named as Devika? That tweet garnered a lot of attention. And Personally, he started working on it, and when some early screenshots of that appeared, is when we all got really thrilled. By we, I mean like a lot of people. I retweeted stuff. I DM him, bro. When you are doing this, when you are doing a proper release, do a demo video, do a read me, do a something, and he was answering all those things, things to me also. So it felt pretty good. One of my influence friends, you popular YouTuber or AI ML educators, he likes to be called one little Cordal. We were discussing in DMs like, okay, man, this is really cool, and even if half of what he showed in the screenshot is there, it will be such getter. And we were saying at that time there was one context called open devin project. So there was this open devin project, and all of a sudden, without building anything, with just a readme, they got like 1000 github stars. And people who trust in github stars as a metric got insane. Like me, for example, I'm building a project which has some value called needs a pipeline. It has just 50 plus stars at the moment. So um, but what they haven't built anything. And at the time when Mufeed's project was released, they were still in create reactor early stage or something like that. um, and This was like the context behind it. And Personally, I was a bit busy with interviews, and it happened on a Thursday. Like, I had an interview scheduled for 2 p.m. or something in Thursday, and then all of a sudden at 12 p.m. or 1 p.m. or something like that, movie releases this project as open source. And I was like, bro, you should have at least told me like you are going to release this day. Then only I could do it. Then I thought, man, let me cover this news as an like influencer, or I'll say like a LinkedIn via LinkedIn post immediately rather than waiting for like a day or something like that, as I usually do, because there is this factor of virality. And I did post it in LinkedIn immediately, despite me having an interview. And We continued our conversations. Interview went okay, I will say. I Yeah, I finally got an offer from them. So hopefully it went well. Okay, that round went well. Okay, but let me say that. Um, During this day when I posted in LinkedIn, I posted in a few groups which I'm very comfortable with, like Tinker Hubby Initiatives group, few Telegram groups and all, which I'm very comfortable with, where I'm like a very valuable member. I posted there, and it was well received there. And Gobi Chatterjee asked me to add Mufid's contact in the Stinger Hub Initiatives group. So, and even Fifth Elephant also, they wanted to add him to the open source AI hackathon. So I contacted him, I got his number, and that was the first time we actually talked to each other. Even though I knew Mufid a bit earlier also from other projects he had built. Like, he has given two talks or something like that in Force United Kochi, I guess. And in Kochi talk, he has talked about Varnam keyboard and some security things which his startup is doing. Then we met in person in first meet. We discussed a lot, his plans. His first readme documentation was it like I couldn't get it installed in the first day, but then he was also traveling, so he was literally busy, and he gave the work to his co-founder Viveka to maintain that repository. And by the way, Vivek is also one of my juniors in my college, so we we got instantly connected with that link as well. Then we met in first meet. We discussed a lot about our project, about his project. there were a lot of people who was like, I think in first meet itself it got like 1000 stars in 1 day or 2 day, I think. And it broke the record of up and event, like that was the initial objective, and it broke it like during the event itself. And I still remember one conversation where like one junior was saying, talking to Mufeed, and Mufeed say like, this is just my side project which I did like in 20 hours. I didn't think it will become this much viral. And I told to him very casually, like, bro, now you will be remembered as like the creator of Devika, not by your company name, or not by any other open source projects which you did or something like that. You will be known as the creator of Devika. And yeah, somebody went tweeted exactly with that same thing. One of my juniors, Nikhil, tweeted that. So first meet, he gave his talk on Sunday. We both were speakers of the event, and I recorded that portion on how Devika was created, which was hardly 5 minutes. But that, since the audio quality was shit, everything was shit. That video got like close to 600 views or something like that right now. And yeah, it was as when I posted it in LinkedIn and when I posted it in Twitter, it became a thing. And even the great thing is like it is now even featured in an article by Analytics Vidya, with my video being embedded. Even though the full video is now out of Mufeed, unfortunately his face is not being shown. So all the expressions and things like that, you have to see my video. So this is the advocacy efforts I did during first meet. And after that, I had some contacts with one leading Malayalam newspaper. By the next week of first meet, next Thursday or something like that, I noticed his thing was never covered in article. But by then it was already number one GitHub trending project, and it had about like 10,000 GitHub stars. I think not 10,000, not very good GitHub stars. 10,000 milestone was reached, I think, last week or something like that. But this week, I don't know when he reached it. So I contacted them telling, hey, this awesome project is there. He's a Malayali, he's a 21-year-old boy from Thiruvananthapuram. He's doing his own startup. He's a 12th dropped out. All these things I told, you should cover him. And they said they will send it to the editorial board for review. Even there was not much action after it, but 2 days before earlier, like NDTV published their article about Devika and his project, and immediately within 3-4 hours they published a story also. So that happened. Then one thing which I'm really not so proud about is calling out Varun Maya, the AI influencer. So I have a lot of respect for what Varun does, but when I saw the shots first in like a Telegram channel which I'm part of, I noticed he didn't mention the name of Mufeed at all in his shots, and he was shaming the name of shaming the name of that project. So according to me, creator has the full intention of naming whatever he wants, unless if doesn't infringe any copyright claims or something like that. And as far as I know, Devika, it hasn't done any copyright claim infringement or something like that. Then the next thing is, and this, as a creator, right? Like for me personally, when I was working on the Malayalam ASR models, one of the best parts was like figuring out what should I name my models. So I was doing something on top of Faster Whisper, so I called it Vegan Whisper. Another project I called it. This project I thought about a lot. So Vegan Whisper, I wanted to expose it through some web app kind of thing, and I wanted to name that web app also rather than naming it simply something. So I called it Palak after a lot of thought. And recently I released a few other fine-tuned models as well. And Santosh and I always had an idea to call some model Malbert. Since we didn't work on, both of us didn't work on that, when I tried to fine-tune something on Malayalam, I called it as Mal Whisper. So that's naming is always very special, and that is the right of the creator. And he comparing Adidas to IP Pass and shaming that thing never felt good to me. laterally, very laterally, I realized that that video was being AI generated and it was not Varun Maya who actually took that content. So I don't know whom should I really call out. And second thing, he added description about Mufeed and his shorts as well. So at least something was done for this issue. Now what else? So I think that's all. And yeah, yesterday I posted something like, okay, this being the number one GitHub project from Python project from India. I think it's not the case because Frappe has another project called ERP Next, which has about 16K stars, and someone pointed to another Python project from India as well, which has about 20K stars. So, Mufid, you have still a lot more work to do. But I DM Mufid like, hey, I'm stopping the advocacy effort for now. And one main reason why I did all this advocacy was like in 12th fail, right? Do you think there is one viral scene where the person who runs recall center gives the protagonist of the movie place to study, place to sleep, a proper table to study, all those things, and he needn't work. He will send the money to his family, all those things. And if one open source project from India succeeds in this much level, it's good for all other open source creators. I don't know whether a lot of people have this abundance mentality. There is this thing which Jijo Sunny, who's the creator of Buy My Coffee, told me recently. Like, when a wave comes, all the bots get lifted. All the bots get lifted. It's not just one bot getting lifted. So one open source project from India succeeding means all our projects will also get succeeded. I have been working in open source for close to 5 years, and I am really happy to see Mufeed's project being succeeding, and I'm really happy with the work I did in terms of promoting his open source project. I know certain people didn't promote as much as I did, especially people who had a lot more influence than me, lot more, especially some Bangalore folks. They didn't promote at all, or people who are known in the AIML community. But this is my reason for promoting, and I want Mufid's project to be successful. Hopefully, his company gets selected to YC, and I wish Mufid, Vivek, and all other members of Station AI all their best in their efforts. And I wish Devika will become even more powerful. Thank you.